Opening and closing trades repeatedly. Let's talk about it because I get a lot of questions about it. And if you guys are new here, make sure you're liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and dropping in the comments any questions you might have about trading or any future videos you would like to see. But let's get into this whole opening and closing of trades and how you can kind of mitigate this and steps you can take to stay in your trade. So when we think about the market, and we're just going to be completely transparent with how this works and what this typically looks like. I don't think enough people are transparent. They just kind of say, oh, look at this trade, it sold, I took a sell position, I won money. Like, it is not that simple. There are a ton of pieces to the puzzle. I say this is a puzzle because of how many things you have to fit into this, make it as a profitable trader. Does it take time and consistency? Of course. Is there a lot that goes into this? Absolutely. So trying to explain trading to somebody who has no idea can get very difficult, but I promise you, if you start just at square one and start to build on that, the more knowledge you gain, the better you're going to be at trading. And in turn, this is going to make you a better person because the psychology that goes with trading is going to make you a better person at the end of the day. So this is going to be a little bit more on the psychology side because that is what that is. It is all psychology driven. Open and close, open and close, open and close, right? Buy, sell, buy, sell. Like, that is all up here. So how do we mitigate it? Yes, there's like a few things we could do on the charts, but let's get into it. So depending on what kind of trader you are, right? That is the first thing. Like, you have to figure out what kind of trader you want to be. Do you want to be a scalper? Do you want to be like a breakout trader? Are you looking at zone to zone like I'm trading? Are you doing support and resistance? Are you doing, fair value gaps? Are you looking for breaker blocks? Like, what is your style? I primarily am a zone to zone trader. I do look for breakout opportunities as well. I kind of do a mix of a few things to come up with my conclusion to if I'm buying or selling. I'm looking for certain confluences. I'm looking for entry criteria. We'll go into that in another video, so that's a reason to subscribe for sure and hit the bell icon so you know when that's coming. But let's look at today, for instance. So today is not the best example of this because of how price set itself up. It was just very clean, A+ setup. So opening and closing in something like this is, I mean, I'm sure people did it because of the idea that they weren't sure how low we were going to go. So we're going to need this here, but have price targets in mind, right? Why are these price targets here? We know that price has created a level of resistance here, and then we know that this was once a support level as well. So we broke down through this and we were able to take a sell position live with the team today. How did I know potentially where we were going? I was also looking at the short position here. We took this for an 80 move. This was exact move we took. And if we open this up and we look at our orb, this is the opening range breakout. If we kind of look at this too, we can see that there was other opportunities higher in the market as well. But I took this one a little bit late because I was waiting to see if I had other entry criteria met. When I seen that it was not giving me the other criteria that I was looking for, I was also using ES as confluence as well, and then got the push down. So there's certain things that can help, right? Certain things looking at that, but ultimately zone to zone. How do we do that? Okay, yes, this definitely looks easier said than done, but we ultimately want to build out our roadmap. Our roadmap being the zones, or our roadmap being whatever style you want to trade. If you're trading breakout, you could have taken this trade right here, which we did have some members take this breakout trade right here. I think we had one member make a little over $900 just with this trade at the breakout. But what are you targeting, right? Where's your roadmap? How are you getting there? When are you closing? Why are you going to close the trade? Having these things in place is going to ultimately allow you to hold your trade, right? You do not have a roadmap. You have no idea where you're going. You don't have a trading plan in place. You ultimately are going into this, going into the unknown, like jumping into the ocean and not knowing where or how you're going to get out, right? You need to have a plan. So, that being said, if you guys need help with trading plans or you need a roadmap, type it down in the comments and I will get back to you. So, muscle. Building the muscle. And I hate to say this because all new traders want instant gratification. We all do. Anybody, any human out there wants instant gratification. It's just how we are now, unfortunately. It's just how social media and the world works now. Now. Let's go. I want to be rich. And it just does not work that way. And I hate to break it to you, but muscle, time behind the screen, time in the market, time learning yourself also. Learning yourself as a trader, building that muscle to be able to be strong in your conviction of trading and being able to take a step back. Know that you can do this. You've done it before. You're rinsing and you're repeating every single day. So learning that discipline also, these are all the things you need in order to stop opening and closing trades repeatedly. Because a lot of us, especially new traders, we go for prop firms, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Prop firms can be an amazing tool. I've taken out lots of payouts with prop firms. Great. There's nothing wrong with those, right? The only thing being, if you're somebody who's finding yourself opening and closing, what's eventually going to happen is you're going to blow these accounts. Why? Because you're getting into these positions where you're probably YOLOing back into the trade instead of waiting for the accurate setup and waiting to follow this set of rules, and the trade could go in the opposite direction. Like yesterday could be a prime example of that. So when we look at yesterday, yes, it looks extremely choppy, but if we step back and we look at the market as a whole, we can see that it really just pushed all the way up. How can we mitigate this as well on the screen? Using Heikin-Ashi candles, right? We have our roadmap, we have areas of interest, we know that price potentially could push up, we know that if we scroll out, we have this high here, we also have this high up here, and what did we do? Lo and behold, hit both of those highs, right? Do we know that's going to happen every single time? Absolutely not. But the point of this video is how to stop opening and closing these trades so we can get our full risk to reward. So a few things here. How are you taking this trade? What are you looking for? Are you trading a bear flag? Are you trading breakouts out of consolidation points? What is your entry criteria? Finding those things out and seeing the way you view the market is going to be very different from other people too. Maybe it's different from me too. And you can take what you want from this video. But when we look at this and we say either here, right here could be our position, or up here could be where we're going to take full TP. But as somebody who maybe is new, doesn't have the muscle yet, doesn't have a full understanding and conviction of where they're going in the market, and being under the assumption of letting the P&L, like what you're earning, dictate how you're trading and your emotion, setting the emotion to the side, right? You could always turn on Heikin-Ashi, right? That gives you a little bit clearer understanding of where you potentially could be going. And the green candles, right? Pushing all the way green. Could this have spooked you? Yes, but you have to remember that your trade is not invalid until you get to your stop loss. Where's your stop loss on this? Could you have a very tight stop loss of 5 points? If it starts to reverse down into the zone, could you get out? Absolutely. Could you have a 20-point stop loss? Sure. Would $400 trading one full-size NQ contract make 160 points? Let's do the math. What is 160, easy math, times $20, because one full-size NQ contract, you're gaining $20 per point that it moves, $3,200, right? Easy math. just made $3,200 and all you risked was $400, the risk to reward is phenomenal. Is this something you have to learn and you have to gain the muscle? Absolutely. But there's certain things that you can do, like building your roadmap, building your trading plan, putting time in behind the markets, learning the discipline of trading, not watching your P&L, and then rinsing and repeating and showing up every day, trading what the market gives you. If you go into the market thinking, okay, well, we've been selling, we're just going to sell off again, right? Like today, we've been buying, we're just going to continue to buy. No, we can sold off. So being open to the idea to be able to pivot in an instant when the market shows you that it's doing something, right? We're selling. Why are we selling? Where could we be going? Having your roadmap. So I know this is a lot of repetition, but I promise you, the more you do the repetition, the easier it gets. The easier you'll be able to see these trades. The easier your eyes will just be like, boom, there's my zone. Okay, I'm rejecting out of my zone. I'm taking my sell. I'm taking my buy. Whatever that may look like for you. So there's no easy way to stop opening and closing other than doing the hard work of being in these trades. And a lot of times people ask me, do you recommend that I just paper trade? I think paper trading definitely has its place in the learning how to trade space. But when it comes to the psychology and when there's real money on the line, it is very, very different to the way you react up here. So understanding that aspect, and maybe you're getting into like an Apex account because it's a low cost entry, get into Apex and you start to feel those emotions of what it actually feels like to take a real trade when there is actual risk on the table instead of being risk off and just in a paper account and you crush it, right? So doing those things, learning those things, and as always, if you guys have questions, comments, or have ideas for future videos, let me know, but that is the basics of how to stop closing, using Heiken Ashies, doing everything that we just talked about. But let me know in the comments if you guys need anything else, and then make sure you are subscribed to the channel and make sure you guys are liking it, and I will see you in the next video.